At Bianchi Honda, we want to exceed your expectations for customer service. From our gorgeous showroom and accommodating staff to our extraordinary selection of Honda vehicles and industry-leading service department. Your vehicle should be the best choice for you, and you can find it here at Bianchi Honda. I'm Jason Perico, and I promise to always make it worth a visit.
Here with Coach Reilly on the weekly Coach Reilly Show. Coach, let's get right into it. It's been a hectic schedule. You've had 5 games in 9 days. Probably pretty hard to maybe work out some kinks. If you can just, before we get to the games from last week, just talk about what's it like to play 5 in 9 days? How do you prepare? How do you get practice in? Just walk us through that.
Well, it has been very challenging, especially with a group with a lot of new parts to it, and it's been very, very bumpy for us. Probably the biggest negative was just not having as many practice days, but you know, we found a way to get through it. We weren't very successful, but I do think we learned a lot in the process.
If you look at last week, we talked about the busy schedule. You had 3 games last week. You had IUP at home, then you went on the road to Bloomsburg and Lock Haven. IUP seems like an eternity ago, but the first 10 minutes they open up a double-digit lead. Last 30 minutes it's almost even the rest of the way. Disappointed with the beginning, happy with the last half. Just your initial reaction on that overall game there.
Well, the thing, Dan, that we haven't been able to do yet this year is we haven't been able to put 40 minutes together. And the first few minutes of the game, the last few minutes of the game, they're all important. Everything during that course of the game is important. So we're definitely not looking for any consolation victories. And we came out and defensively we were very, very lax. And it really hurt us. And they were able to get some easy baskets, and we were never really able to get ourselves back into it. Did we see some bright spots? Most definitely. We definitely saw some bright spots, but again, just looking for consistency right from the beginning.
And then you guys, right after that, 3 days later, you got to go to Lock Haven. It's not really the same Lock Haven that Gannon fans and everybody in the PSC is used to. This team, the next night, beats Clarion. They moved to 8-2. So, I mean, that's a tough road game. Obviously, a lot of people didn't see that on the road. Just take us through that game against a very tough Lock Haven.
Well, Mike Nestor's done a wonderful job there. I mean, he's just completely rebuilt that program, and they have good players. They have a lot of players out of Philly, just good guard play, and they had some big, strong players. Again, my biggest thing is, and again, I'm always looking inward at myself, is I have to do a better job of getting this team to give maximum effort, because I just don't, defensively we're just not there yet, and it's too easy for other teams to score on us, and that was very evident in that Lock Haven game. And we did get it down to 64-60 late in the game, but we weren't able. I think we then ended up turning the ball over 3 straight times, which was the big key in that game. I think we turned it over well over 20 times, and their travels, illegal screens were the majority of them. And again, that coupled with a defense that's not playing with maximum effort doesn't give you a really good chance to win. And again, every team that we've played so far has been good, but again, we just try to control the things that we control. We got to do a better job with that.
Then you have the interesting crossover. And before we even get to the actual game, this is kind of like a question for those of us who haven't played, just looking from the outside in. You leave Lock Haven at probably roughly 10:30 at night. You got to go to Bloomsburg. Now you're playing 2 games in less than 24 hours in 2 different cities. As a player or even as a coach, how do you guys attack that issue?
Well, we try not to make a big deal about it, and the biggest thing is you have to regroup so quickly from the disappointing game at Lock Haven to turning it to being able to change immediately. So what we did is actually we were very quick in the locker room, got out of Lock Haven by 10 o'clock, because not only that, you're dealing with other issues with the bus driver in terms of we get certain workout times the next morning, so they need so many hours of rest. So there's so many factors. If we didn't get into the hotel by such and such a time, then we wouldn't be able to work out. But we got out of there about 10 o'clock, pulled into Bloomsburg about 11:15. We met with our guys about midnight and just kind of started talk a couple things about Lock Haven that we got to try to get cleaned up, and then started focusing on Bloomsburg. Next morning, the women and the men went down together and worked out. Our time was 8 o'clock in the morning, and that's the slot that we got, and just try to, again, just work on a couple things that would help us to give us the best chance to be successful in that game.
And then at Bloomsburg, kind of like some of the other setbacks that you guys have had this year, you guys are tied at 43, 14 minutes left, so you're right there. I know you don't take victories and moral victories or that you're right there, but in general, you're tied at 43, then Lockhaven forges ahead and wins the game. Is there something in that game or in general that's kind of prevented that team from forging ahead at that point, because you guys are always right there?
I agree, and we have to get back there. Again, defensively, we're not where we need to be. If you look at the final stats, they shot well over 50%. That's not good. Our goal is under 40%, 12 turnovers a game, 40 deflections. We're just not close there yet. But when we got it knotted, I mean, we at that, for a couple minutes there, the defensive intensity was good, and we were transferring that into easy baskets at the other end. When we tied it, some things went against us. They banked in a shot, which things like that are going to happen. There was a defensive rebound we got. Two of our players were together on it. We got a travel call, and just we just didn't do a good job of fighting through some of those things that are going to happen on the road during the course of a game. So we definitely have to kind of reevaluate where we're at. We've got to, again, get committed to being able to defend at a much higher level, and just got to try to regroup.
We look at individually on this team, the one person that I find interesting is Johnny Stupane, because last year, almost somewhat of a role player. You had all the seniors. He kind of came in, made shots, you know, was kind of a spark plug. This year, he is probably the focus of every other team. But from the outside looking in, it still looks like he's producing in terms of at least the numbers. Has it been tougher on him this year? Or
well, most definitely. And again, just what you just stated there was very, very correct. He was just a piece of last year's great team, just a piece. Everybody else was going to take care of him, no matter where he was at with things, they were going to take care. And his role has greatly increased this year. And numbers-wise, I think he's doing, you know, the numbers are there. But what we need out of Johnny is we need a much better game defensively. We need a much more consistent effort defensively, because he's more than capable. And a lot of times he's guarding the best player, and a lot of times the best player on the other team is scoring at a high level. And he's, again, we're asking him to do a lot, but he's more than capable, and he's adjusting like everybody else is adjusting to these new roles. So I expect him to be much better down the stretch in every area, not just offense and rebounding, because those things are important, but the most important thing in our program is being able to get stops, being able to get loose balls, being able to get rebounds, doing all the dirty work. And we've got to get him, and him wanting to do it at a much higher level, and he will and he can.
So you played all these games since we opened up on November 18th, 5 in the last 9 days. You finally get somewhat of a break this week. You have a week off until you play Wheeling Jesuit on Saturday at home. How do you attack the week? Is it more practice since you don't have a game till Saturday? What do you?
With us, it's more practice, because we have to get better defensively. We have to get better rebounding-wise. We have to get better offensively. So really in every phase of the game, and as well as getting their skill level back. So this will be a good week for us. Again, we've got to use that time. We're going to tweak some things. We're going to change some things, and you know, just get ourselves so that we have the best chance to be successful Saturday night. And we definitely have to improve.
I know it's a week away, like Jimmy always talks about. Sometimes it's hard to look a week away, but you have Wheeling Jesuit coming in. That's a good team. They're 6-1 on the season. They have some quality wins. Have you guys had a chance to, even though it's a week ahead, kind of look into them?
Just starting to watch them now. It's Coach Viscuso's game, so it's Tuesdays. We're taping this, and I'll start today watching them. My big focus is right now on our team, because until we can get our situation straightened out, it's hard to even focus on the other thing, because we're the most important in terms of what we're trying to do. But we will, Thursday and Friday will be devoted totally to them. And again, they are very good. We've known they're very good. We only play good teams. We haven't played a bad team yet. And unfortunately, we've been coming up a little bit short, but playing a tough schedule always helps you in the long run. There's no false illusions of what you are. We know where we're very weak. We know where we need to improve. So those are the areas that we're trying to shore up.
Okay, thanks, Coach. Well, good luck Saturday. And that does it for the Coach Reilly Show. We'll send it back to the Blitz.